Well, how about that? Just when you felt like you needed it most, Kierston Deal comes through with maybe the most important start by an OU pitcher this entire season. Oklahoma wins it 4-1 over Tennessee on Saturday, sets up a rubber match on Sunday. And the key storyline here is very, very obvious. Drop yours in the comments, but it's pretty obvious who we're talking about today. We're talking about Kierston Deal, who throws a complete game, just one earned run against the Tennessee Vols, 4 hits allowed, 5 strikeouts, just the 1 walk. She was fantastic. I don't know if that's the best start of her entire career. It feels like maybe one of the most important starts of her entire career, certainly one of the best starts in her entire career. Patty said she was settled, she was focused, she was poised, and it sure felt like it. You know, she got in a jam early on in the first inning, and it was, let's be honest, I think that we were all very shaky heading into this game. You knew that you weren't going to have Sam Landry. We've had questions outside of Sam Landry as recently as, Wednesday night when they played, and Kierston Deal didn't have a great outing against Wichita State. She did not have a great start, and I really want to spend a good amount of this video tipping my cap to Kierston Deal. This does not mean that she's perfect or heading towards an all-SEC type of season, but she goes from Wednesday night, maybe her worst performance in an OU uniform. I mean, it certainly wasn't great at Wichita State. To come back and have that performance against a top 10 team when it felt like you really needed it, just awesome. Awesome. She gave you exactly what you needed today. That is a version of Kierston Deal that you can absolutely live with. And that is a version of Kierston Deal that can do a whole lot of nice things. So I've got nothing but great things to say about KD today for sure. Obviously, props to Jen Rocha. She got her back in a very good spot heading into this game. But you just had to have it. And again, like Kierston Deal, I say that we were shaky going into this game. Shaky because we didn't know who's going to start, and you didn't know who you were going to get. Were you going to have to pitch multiple arms today just to get through this game? And the answer to that was no. KD was so good that you never really thought about bringing anybody else in. You didn't need to bring in Sam Landry for the 3rd time this week. You didn't need to bring in Peyton Monticelli. Kierston Deal had it, and she really cruised the entire game. Outside of getting in a little bit of a jam in the first inning, she was awesome. She was in control. She had Tennessee hitters off balance all day long. Let's not forget, that is a very good Tennessee team, and she shut them down today. I just can't say enough with what Kierston Deal gave you and how big this feels in the moments to get that win, to get it to a Sunday game where now you got Sam Landry who's going to roll out tomorrow with a chance to win the series at home. It's crazy the difference that a day makes. And yes, at times, and I'm not speaking about everyone or even the majority, but there are these wild takes or wild reactions that, happen one way or the other based on one game. It's a long season. You just got to relax and kind of enjoy the process. And you feel a whole heck of a lot better on Saturday than what you did on Friday night, because OU came back and they showed a lot of heart. They showed a lot of guts today. Some people thought that they're headed to get swept in this series. They're going to lose all 3 to Tennessee. That ain't the case, because this team came out today, and I don't think that they played a perfect softball game. I don't even know if they played an elite softball game. They played a pretty dadgum good softball game today. Not just explosive offensively, but enough runs. Of course, Cyd Sanders, the big hit of the day. And as much as Kierston Deal is a main story today, and I think that she's the main storyline, how about Cyd Sanders? Maybe not playing her best stretch of softball recently, but she gets the big fly, a huge, and I mean a towering 3-run home run in the bottom of the 3rd inning to make it 4-0. And that's when you really started to feel good, because look, you could just tell Kierston Deal, was really on one today and having one of her better starts. And, it never got interesting late. You only score 4 runs on the afternoon, and you win 4-1, but it felt like you won pretty comfortably. And maybe you're one that's like, well, I don't trust Kierston Deal all the way through. This thing could get tricky late. She had it, and Tennessee never really posed a threat late in that game. And just proud of this team, man. I'll ride with this team any day. This team isn't perfect. They're far from it. This team's got a long way to go. No, this team's not elite, but I'll ride with this team any day because they got hearts, because they got toughness. And every single time the 2025 team gets knocked down, they come back up fighting, and they did that today. So I like this team, guys. I really do. I like the leadership of this team, the character of this team, the toughness of this team. This is not better. This is not a better team than any of the previous 4 championship teams, but it's a young team with a lot of new that's got some fight to it. Like, I like this team. I'll ride with this team, and I'm excited to see what happens tomorrow. And this team, you talk about responding from Wednesday. Obviously, Kierston Deal did that, and that's the main story. But the fact that defensively you've been as good as you've been the past couple of days after Wednesday night when you made 3 errors, today was big. Today was impressive. And today isn't the difference in winning the national championship or not. I mean, just keep it at what it was. Like, they came back today and they played a good softball game. We don't have to have any wild takes that, all right, now they are ready to win the national championship. Now they are ready to win the SEC. I'm not going there today. I'll just leave it at this. I'm very impressed with how this team responded today, how they played, and I'll ride with this team because I love the makeup of this squad. I mean, you know that they're going to fight, and they may get knocked down, but they're always going to punch back, and they're always going to fight back. I love that. I respect the heck out of that with this team. 1-0 lead. You got the 1-0 lead because Gabby Garcia hit a fly ball to right field, and the sun was in the right fielder's eyes. You know, and that works both ways. OU's probably used to that a little bit more at Love's Field than Tennessee is with the sun. But the sun was an issue, the wind was an issue, and it was an issue for Tennessee, but Oklahoma did make it an issue today. They didn't give Tennessee anything easy today. I thought that they were very good defensively, back-to-back games now without any errors. And you did what you needed to do to come away with the win. Didn't pound the softball all over the field. Didn't have to. You just left that up to Cyd Sanders with the 3-run home run. And that's a big takeaway too, is if I would have told some of you, or a lot of you, however many it is out there, because I don't want to group the entire fan base and how they're feeling into just one group because I don't think that that's the case. I still think the vast majority of OU softball fans are overwhelmingly positive about the start, and I think you should be now that they're 31-2. But if I would have told you going into this game that OU's going to win and Kierston Deal's going to start, you probably would have told me, well, they're going to win the game 11-10. They're going to win the game 14-12. They're going to win the game 10-9. They didn't win the game 10-9 today. They didn't need to win the game 10-9. OU, remember, and my big question too going into this weekend, and it has been, who's that second arm outside of Sam Landry? Can we count on Kierston Deal to be that arm now? I don't know. Like, let's see more from KD here moving forward. But she got you a win. The Saturday game always felt like this weekend it was going to be the toughest one to win. Well, you won the Saturday game, and you didn't have to win it 10-9 or 12-11. You won it 4-1. You won it 4-1. And Kierston Deal was so good, not because she had a ton of run support and there wasn't any pressure. Kierston Deal was good because Kierston Deal was just really good. She didn't have an incredible amount of run support. She certainly didn't have the run support that she had on Wednesday nights when OU got 8 in the top of the first inning. She just went out there and said, let's roll. And I don't know what Patty said to her. I don't know what Jen Rocha said to her. Patty mentioned before Friday night's game that she kind of individually met with those pitchers and they were really ready for some redemption. And Kierston Deal was ready for redemption. 104 pitches, just the 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, 4 hits allowed against a very good Tennessee team. I'm impressed. And I'm interested to see and excited to see what you guys have in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Some of you, and this isn't me, I told you so guy, because OU hasn't won the series yet, which I predicted 2 out of 3. Some of you are predicting series sweep. Some of you are very, very angry in the comments. Just don't lose faith. Do we not remember who we're talking about here? We're talking about Oklahoma softball, for crying out loud. Yeah, they might get beat. They might get pushed down a couple of times, but is this your first time watching this squad? They always get up, man, and in front of a national audience on ESPN. They played a really good softball game today. It looked awesome at Love's Field. Oh, it looked packed. The standing room areas around the baselines looked great. The flyover looked cool. ESPN was there a lot as well. What can you say? A 4-1 win, and you feel good. Go do it tomorrow. And a big thing about Kierston Deal pitching 7 innings is Sam Landry didn't have to come in and save the day today. So Sam Landry got to rest all day today, and she's going to come back tomorrow with a chance to win the series. And if they're able to win on Sunday, how much different will you feel Sunday afternoon as opposed to what you felt Wednesday night or even on Friday night? You'll feel pretty good if you find a way to get this series win. A lot of runners called out for leaving early this weekend. I don't know if you guys have noticed that or not, but that happened once again today, and it benefited OU in the middle of the game. Oklahoma lost on Friday. Texas lost on Friday. First time the number 1 and number 2 teams have lost on the same day since 2019. Thought that was interesting. So before you say, I can't believe Mike White and Texas are going to win a championship, or I don't know who's going to win the championship, but it's certainly not going to be Oklahoma, just remember that Texas lost last night to Mississippi State and Florida lost earlier this week to UCF. Everybody is human in the sport. Is OU elites? No. But is anyone elite in the sport right now? I don't know. You don't need to be peaking right now. Let's just focus on this team getting better week after week. And I thought that this was this team's best performance of the week. And I think that there's a lot to be said about that. Sage Marcheco got the start for Tennessee. She goes 3 innings. That's back-to-back games against the Vols where she's gotten the start. Had control issues. She had 4 walks in the 3 innings. And then Aaron Newer came in, and she looked good. She had 3 innings, just the 1 hit allowed, just the 1 walk and a couple of strikeouts, no earned runs. So pretty impressive, the true freshman Aaron Newer. And I thought OU, for the most part, did a great job against Carlin Pickens. And I'd be shocked if we don't see Carlin Pickens tomorrow starting. No, I guess I said that going into the series, that I thought Carlin Pickens was going to start on Friday night. She didn't. She came in relief. But I would guess that we get Pickens and Landry tomorrow to decide the series, which is going to be very, very, very fun. Very fun. And again, I'll be out there. So say hello to me if you see me out there. I'll be sitting out along left field. Should be a very good time. I did want to bring this up. There was a quote from last night that I really loved. Some of you will probably disagree with it because I believe Ella Parker was officially 0 for 1 today, but she did have a couple of walks, which you like. And I just love what Patty Gasso said. And actually, here is the question. The question was, are you going to pull Ella Parker from the lineup? Here was the response.
No, I will not. I will not take her out of this lineup because she is one of the best hitters I've ever seen. Maybe you're not seeing it the way you want to see it, or I'm not seeing it the way I want to see it right now. But it doesn't change my belief in who she is and what she can do with one swing. So I have no problem with what she's doing right now. She's going to get there. You got to give them a chance to figure out how to deal with maybe some of the pain that's going on. And I believe in her. I'm not going to make that change.
So I love that. I absolutely love that. Is Ella Parker having her best stretch at the plate right now? No. And nobody would argue otherwise. She's just not. But I love the fact that Patty stuck up for this team's best hitter. She may not be this team's best hitter right now, but when everyone is performing at their best, Ella Parker is this team's best hitter. And I just love that she sat there at the podium and said, I'm not taking her out of the lineup because I know how good she is, how much she means to this team, and she's going to work through this and she's going to get right. And Patty's so right about that. She even mentioned that she's one of the best hitters she's ever seen. Yes, I love that. Like, Ella Parker is too good of a hitter to keep down for long. And no, she didn't have a hit today, but she did draw a couple of walks. She got on base a couple of times. I love sticking up for a great hitter like that and knowing and having the confidence that she's going to get back at some point. Ella Parker's going to get back at some point. And when she does, it's going to be awesome. And when she does, this offense is going to be so much better for it. So, I don't know. Patty Gasso's the GOAT for a lot of reasons. I just thought that was really cool that she stood up there and said, I'm not taking her out of the lineup. Not we'll talk with the staff, we'll talk with Ella, and we'll make a decision tomorrow. It was an adamant, no. She's one of the best hitters I've ever seen, and we're going to let her work through this. And I just love sticking up for a player like that publicly. I really, really like that. Really like that a lot. And I really like it if Ella Parker has a great day on Sunday against Carlin Pickens and the rest of the Tennessee Vols. And with as well as Aaron Newer pitched, wouldn't be shocked at all to see her in relief coming up tomorrow. Your big takeaways, drop them in the comments. Kierston Deal, let's go. Let's see more of that. Can't wait to see the next Kierston Deal start after what she did today. Hey, appreciate you guys as always. If you're still upset about today, take a deep breath. Calm down a little bit. It's Oklahoma softball. They're awesome. They give us nothing but joy and winning and everything. Enjoy the process a little bit. You don't have to be so angry watching these games. You can enjoy the process and have fun and see the growth. You don't have to be angry. You don't have to do it. You don't have to throw out obscenities watching this game. Just relax and enjoy it because they are so fun to watch. Talk to you tomorrow, hopefully after a series win. As always, thank you for watching.